G'day all, welcome back to GranTurismoCoach.com. I'm Jason again, I'll be your coach today. Today we're going to deal with moving from the automatic to the manual gearbox. To do that we'll go in through the time trial in the arcade mode. We'll stick with Dragon Trail because that's what we're familiar with from the previous videos. We'll stay with the Lexus, again it's a very stable car, and this time I'll go with the manual gearbox rather than the automatic. The main benefit of going with a manual gearbox is that you're in control of the gears and you can use that to your advantage under braking. So when you're coming into a corner, you can drop the gears a little bit quicker. You can certainly use them to do some engine braking rather than to necessarily have to apply the brakes, which of course, when you apply your foot on the brake pedal, it applies to the front wheels, whereas when you drop the gears, it's applying to the back wheels. In the case of the rear wheel drive, which of course this Lexus is. We'll deal with the front wheel drives in the next video. It's getting more up into the advanced section. We'll put that for the front wheel drive Audi TT. It's always worth checking in your car settings. You can see over here just below where it's pointing to now is the power and weight, and the drivetrain FR, meaning front engine rear wheel drive, which most recognized racing cars are that, other than obviously as you get up through the fancy cars and the group 1s and 2s, you get a lot of mid engine rear wheel drives. The FF is a front wheel drive, front mounted engine, which we'll deal with, as I mentioned, in the next video. Over here you can see your power statistics. Sometimes that becomes important to see. You can see where the peak torque is versus the peak power, and usually they build up together, but some cars are a little different to that. Okay, so here we are in the group 4. Now let's have a look at how this works. You see here, as I just missed the corner completely, what I'm going to try and do is pick up some speed along the straight, and when we come into the first tight left corner, I'll demonstrate the gears. We'll drop them down as quickly as possible. So here we're at 6th, and I'll count them down as we come through. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, and you can see at the end there I took the foot off the accelerator and allowed the engine to do the last part of that braking. There's one more example as we come over the top of the hill. Under accelerating, there's not much difference to be honest. The automatic and the manual, much the same. Again, just flicking the second gear there enabled me to keep slightly higher revs. Now have a look at this, we're in 5th gear as we approach this. I just touch the 4th and you see only very minimal brake input because it's the back pressure from the engine that's giving most of the braking as we slide through that. That's about it really guys. The only last benefit if you'd like is that sometimes you can choose a gear that might give you, when you're accelerating for example in this, if I'm in 1st it might slide, whereas if I put it in 2nd you'll see the application of the power is a little more smooth. Similarly however in cars where you have a huge amount of torque at the bottom end, you may wish to use the higher rev rather than the lower rev. The main point about the manual gearbox, there I go again, just using the braking. The main point is you get to choose what gear, and therefore you get to choose how much engine braking you're applying to the back wheels. That's about it guys. Yeah, it's a short video this time. We'll move on to the front wheel drive and the Audi TT